Hello, party people. Welcome. We are here today to talk about places to meet creative people in New York City. How do you do it? Where do you go? So, a little context, I'm born and raised New Yorker. I grew up in Lower Manhattan. That's where I am now. I've been a couple of different places all around Europe. I've lived in Miami for an extended period of time. And so I've experienced other cities, but still, New York is where my roots are. So, also the apartment that I'm in now is my parents' apartment. My mom bought this apartment in like the 70s or 80s, and all the different lofts here were all owned by artists. So I've just been surrounded by artists and creative people all my life. My dad's a musician, hence the guitars up in the corner, and I've just been surrounded with those types of people. I love film, documentaries, you name it, just painting. I'm personally a graphic designer. That's my creative outlet. So, first step to meeting creative people in New York, obviously get to New York. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Any of the five boroughs, you can honestly find people. However, Manhattan and Brooklyn are your best bet. You want to just be near all the trains there. That's easiest places to commute. Next step, it's also obvious, but some people need to hear this. Get out of your house. You're not going to meet anyone sitting at your computer watching YouTube videos. You can watch a couple, get that self esteem up, get some steps to go actually do it. You want to talk to people, just say hello in the street when you find someone cool that you think you might vibe with. That's like, it's as simple as that, but you just got to get out of your head, more into your body, and out on the streets. Now, for the actual places you can go during the daytime, one of my favorite places to go is Washington Square Park. You'll see people skateboarding, biking, painting, rock concerts on weekend. You name it, clothing stands. People make custom clothing and then they just sell it at Washington Square because they can. Bushwick is also an amazing area. Basically, the East Village, which is the next up, and Bushwick are where you're going to find a lot of the young, cool, creative bars and people. Next, flea markets. You just want to get somewhere where people are selling their custom works. So tonight I went to an art gallery, and you'll find a lot of creative people there because they're going to invite their friends because they actually created something and want to sell it and just want to get as many eyeballs on it as possible. Even something as simple as public areas such as parks, the famous bridges, Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan Bridge, you'll see people taking pictures and video. I met someone as I was running down the Hudson River, and super chill guy. He was just filming the sunset. And I was like, oh, like, you do this for a profession? He's like, yeah, I'm actually a VFX artist. And I just took out my camera. I saw the beautiful sunset and wanted to do it. Like, it's as simple as that. You can tell by people's style too. Like, this isn't a shirt that you'll find most creative people have on. Most people have like vintage graphics on them. So just keep an eye out for those. Additionally, art museums, as I said, concerts, gallery openings. Like, you just want to go somewhere where people are showcasing and trying to sell their own creative works. You're going to find them and their friends there. Now, for night events, it's honestly like a very similar list. So you have Washington Square Park, which changes at night a bit. It becomes like this super rowdy. I believe it's open till midnight. So if you're there from like 9 to midnight, you'll see people like have great blankets out doing like collaborative art pieces. Some people are there jamming on instruments. It's a great time. Same thing with Bushwick East Village, goes to the bars instead of going to those parks. Then there's craft nights at certain bars. And that's something like similar to what I did tonight. There's a concert and an art gallery. Then there's some like that you can actually create at the bar. Paint and Pour is this perfect bar where it serves wine as well as like gives you the art materials, gives you a canvas, some paintbrushes to paint as you drink. Great idea, right? So like go to those bars. Here's another one that I found online, Club Cumin Bar. I believe they have a crafts night that's like bi-weekly. That's pretty popular. Jazz concerts. That's something personal favorite of mine. Comedy clubs. I believe the comedians, like, they're usually the people that are the unicorns that can touch anything creative and just make it extraordinary. Like, their brains just work in a completely different wavelength. So I just find that they're some of the most interesting people to talk to. And they love to talk. They're comedians. That's what they do as a profession. They talk. So even if you just say, hey, I thought you were funny, they'll go on for half an hour. Like, believe me, my friend walked up to a comedian who was a bit tipsy, and that's the story. And then also indie band concerts like I went to tonight. Hope you all found this informational and useful. Hope you all have a great night.